Hey guys, Chris here with Project Nerf, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new Alpha RT kit for your Ceda. Let's have a look. Alright guys, let's have a look here. See if I can get the box open. As with everything Jet does, the packing is so nice. You can easily see this in the retail store anywhere. It's going to be on the shelf at Walmart. Jet puts so much time and effort into that. Alright, so we've got some instructions, and hopefully you'll be able to see into the box there. Everything's laid out here, so let's take a look. We've got a new plunger rod, plunger 2, new O-rings, our new breech, a new barrel, super long spring, and a new catch mechanism, it looks like. So pretty much everything that we're going to need to make our Ceda shoot incredibly hard. There's a new trigger in here, so I'm super excited. So without further ado, let's tear that Ceda down and get this kit in it. Alright, so you can see we've got the Ceda on the bench here, so let's get this bad boy apart if I can remember how. It's been a while, but okay, I remember. You pull the pins and unscrew the bolt with the thumb screws, and that should release the upper. Okay, and we should just be able to, there we go. Right now, as I recall, to get the bolt sled out, all we do is, the bolt out is just kind of open up this plastic and pull it out of there just like that. Okay, and so that's all we got to do back here for the moment. We're going to set these parts aside. And now I remember the barrel being a little bit bigger chore, guys. So set that over here. In here, looks like we've got to take a few screws out and open this up. I could be horribly mistaken, but I don't think so. Alright, well, we got the barrel out. And then I remember, gosh, it's been so long since I've done this. I remember that we lift up on this white tab here and we can slide the breech itself out of there. And I remember that not being the easiest chore, but we got it. But I know there's the new breech holder, so we're going to have to open this up, it looks like, to install that. There's a screw. So 2 screws. Well, I'll tell you what. Looks like we may just be able to take the 2 screws out and pull that breech holder out of there. So here and here, just above where the lower pin goes. And there goes one of them. There we go. Now let's see if this will come out. Oh, I see. Okay, there's one little hidden screw in there, so we are going to have to open this up to change it out. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get that opened up, and then I'll get right back to you. Alright, that didn't take too long. It's only about a half a dozen screws. There's 2 screws in this breech assembly. Now, the one that comes with the kit, and here is clear, and it may very well be identical. I don't know, guys, but we're going to change it anyway. You may not actually have to open it up. The instructions didn't say anything about that, but it's very obvious that these 2 silver screws hold this piece in there. So we're going to back those out. Dropping my screw, and then I drop the front end on the floor. Having a moment here. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and put this one in and screw it down, since it's the one that came with our new kit. So, let's screw that down so it's nice and snug. Alright, that's nice and snug. Okay, and we have our new breech here. And let's see. Now we've got this brand new barrel that's going to thread into the breech. And then the whole thing go in here. And it's a very short barrel. It's only so long. But that's so, if you want to, at least that's all I'm to understand, that we can take our zero barrel and screw that on as well. So what we're going to do, some of these first gen zeros, were a little sloppy with the threads and they didn't always go on straight. So what I like to do is take my Teflon tape, little plumber's tape. We'll do both sides of this to make sure to get a good seal on both ends. And it should make things a little bit snugger. So let's... Okay, and 2. Now it's very important that your plumber's tape does not impede the barrel in any way. Okay, this should screw in there. Alright, well that's hand tight. And let me see. I'm gonna say probably that way. Can't prove that. And maybe I'm dead wrong. Matter of fact, I know I'm dead wrong. So this tab is going to go down the bottom, and that's what's going to go underneath our little clip here. Okay, so that's in there. And we still should have enough room to screw our zero barrel on. It seems that the zero barrel does in fact fit through the stock nub, but we may have to wrestle it just a little bit. Well, that looks about right to me. Alright, so we can go ahead and button this side back up. We've got our new breech in, our new breech holder, and again, this one may very well fit the breech. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and button this side back up, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with the trigger and the catch. Alright, as you can see, I slid the stock off of it. Off of the lower here. And we have to open this up. So, we need to open up... Okay, this is pretty simple here, guys. So we're going to dig out our new black trigger. Now, you don't have to change the trigger. But they got a really nice one in here. It comes with a really nice trigger return spring. And this one looks like a trigger return spring. Yes. Okay, and the short one should be the catch spring. So there's the catch. There's the trigger. All right, catch is down there somewhere. Here we go. Don't know how much of an upgrade these are, but we're going to go ahead and put them in anyway. If you've ever done a Retaliator, guys, this catch is pretty much identical. Trigger sets in there like that, so these parts can go to the side. They're definitely good parts. And, well, that should just about do it. Let's go ahead and put it back together. So we've got our new plunger tube, a new clear bolt sled, new plunger rod, the business end, the new alpha breech, and here we go, this gigantic long spring, which is advertised as a 10K spring, I believe, for this kit, but this is a very stiff spring. It's very long, and the way they can get away with it being this stiff, this is almost like K26, is it's very long, so it's not going to compress fully, because it's going to go way back there like that, and that's how they can get away with such a stiff spring. Now, if you don't have a zero barrel to put in your upper, it does come with this nice clear barrel that will slide over and then stick out at the end of the upper. We're not going to be using that, but so let's Get our O-rings out of the packet here. Alright. On the original one, it was a black O-ring. But you've got two small O-rings and then one slightly larger one. Okay, the two little ones are going to go on the back of your breech, your pusher tube. And they are little O-rings, so they can be kind of a pain. A little small screwdriver like this is helpful to get it to go past that first slot. You'll see there's one. And we'll get this other one on there. And I like the double O-ring seal. That's good. Okay, and then the larger O-ring is going to go on the front. So you got to put it over top of the dart guide. That's going to go just like that, like on the original Alpha. And then that's going to go up in here. And I don't see a pin, but they've got this little screw. So I'm going to assume that that is what's going to connect our breech, or our pusher to the breech. I'm going to get a small screwdriver and see if it drives in there. Sure it does. Which is really, really nice. I kind of like that mechanical fastening better than a pin. And you can see what I'm talking about. I put the little screw right there. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead really quickly and get some lubrication on these O-rings, and I'll get right back to you. Alright, you can see we've got our O-rings lubricated. I also did the plunger rod and tube. So, spring over the deal. Remember, guys, on the plunger tube, there's an arrow. In this case, it's right there that it goes up. It's pretty important that you get that straight. Now, this spring should feed pretty much all the way to the back of the blaster. And that's it. You push that until it clicks. Our arrow is up. And then we're going to feed our bolt sled. Get those O-rings to drop in through the front of the plunger assembly. There we go. So that's that. It should be a matter of putting it back together and giving it a go. Okay, so you can see I've got a Stefan magazine here. Now remember, the Alpha kit is for short darts only. So to put this kit in your blaster, you're gonna lose the ability to fire full-length darts. However, as you've seen here, it really doesn't take that long to swap it if you want to switch it back. So anyway, let's get it primed and put our magazine in there. That fits quite nicely. It even looks cool. All right, that chambered up. Let's swing the camera around here, and then we'll see if it shoots. I'm gonna just go over here and we'll shoot at the corner there. That's okay. Anyway, here we go. It works! So anyway, let's get this thing outside on the Chrono and see what it does. Alright guys, we're going to Chrono the Ceda here with our Alpha RT kit in it. They claim 150 on the box, but remember we've put our zero scar barrel in there. That negatively affects performance. But I'd be thrilled with an average of like 120 here. So anyway, let's see if we can do this. Let's take a look. Most of those numbers were around where we wanted to be. Had a couple of them lower, a little sporadic here. We got 15 good ones. High of 123. Low of 83, that's going to beat us up. and an average of 112. But all in all, I'm really very pleased with this. As you saw, as everything started to loosen up here, most of the last darts came in that 120s range that we were talking about, and the accuracy is well worth the drop in velocity to me. Alright guys, a little addendum. I used my silicone dry lubricant on the barrel and the scar and got the chrono average up to 125 FPS, but when I told you I was willing to take the hit for accuracy, I'm going to show you. So in the middle of your screen is a doorknob, which is all the way across my living room, which is 23 feet, so allowing for me standing on the wall, we're talking about 20 feet. I'm going to see exactly how accurate it is. That's what we're going for. I've got the mic on. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it plink if I hit it. So let's do this. Alright guys, I know that 3 of the 5 that I fired plinked that doorknob at 20 feet away. That's accurate, that's what I like. I'm willing to forego a little bit of FPS to get that kind of accuracy. Alright guys, I thought it was pertinent to put that little addendum in there. A little bit of dry silicone lubricant down the barrel and the little scar, the zero. Made a qualitative difference in our chrono average, and did you see that accuracy, guys? That was at least 3 for 5, might have been 4, from 20 feet away on a doorknob. That's accurate, that's awesome. So, ultimately, what are my impressions about the kit? Well, 1, it's easy to install. 2, the performance, there's no question about that. And, ultimately, I would say if you've got a Ceda that's just not quite doing it for you, you need to grab this, because it is sweet. Guys, till next time, this is Chris for Project Nerf saying, have a blast.